Hey, beautiful people. Andrew the Realtor here with my July newsletter update, market update more specifically. I'm finding this specific market update more and more pertinent because consistently the way things are going, because of COVID, things are so, uh, weird and different. And people really don't know what's going on because the only thing they really have to go on is some of the things they see for sale, like on their street. And of course, what are we hearing in the news? I actually just heard a couple of, not articles, but a couple of stories, I think it was yesterday or the day before on CP24, I think it was. And I'm not sure they were actually accurate and maybe even quasi not true. But listen, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to give you a quick rundown of what's happening in the market right now. And, if you're not interested in buying or selling right now, what you will find interesting is kind of what you hear versus what's actually happening. I'll give you first the numbers, and which is not my opinion, just what's actually happening in the market. And then I will give you guys some opinion, my personal opinion as to where it's going and what you should do if there's any plans at all. You buy, sell, or maybe someone you know is thinking of doing something. Hey, you know what? You actually see the numbers to prove what it is you're trying to tell them. So here's, let me minimize myself here first and foremost, because let's face it, it's not that important. Here is the first thing I'm going to show you guys. So these are the market stats for June. I'll include it in my little newsletter there, but also wanted to show you specifically what's important. So here's what's actually happening and why. Homes sold, the June last month versus June of 2019, almost the same. Minus 1.4% is relevant. The point being, the sales, interestingly, we're not even over the COVID thing yet. We're not sure what to do with schools yet. Daycare is just starting to open. And in June, last month, we're already in July, last month, the sales were pretty much the same as sales in a normal year of 2019. That's pretty crazy. That's pretty amazing, actually. Quite encouraging, if I may. Average price, not so encouraging, especially if you're buying. If you're homeowners, most of you are, this is fantastic. Up almost 12%. Average price. Now, is that going to be sustainable that way? I don't think so. I think it's going to slow down. What's the point is? It's certainly not going down. Did you notice, if you guys watch these updates, I hope you do, because I enjoy doing them, and I get the same questions from people all the time, which is why I think it's important to know. I hope you guys are watching. You notice what happened in March and April? The prices didn't go down. Did you notice that? They were pretty much a flat line, and at some point they actually started going up. Pretty amazing, considering COVID, worldwide pandemic. So here's the important stuff. New listings down below. I underlined it here. Up 2% from last year. Not a big deal. So pretty much the same. So sales the same. New listings at a rate that is pretty much the same as last year, normal year. Why the heck are the prices up almost 12%? But here's why. The next stat here, active listings down almost 30%. So it's actually on the market. Some of you have been to my seminars and such. If you might recall, 20,000 active listings is generally a balanced market in the GTA. We're at just under 20,000 last year, which is normal for June. Fantastic. That's a normal June. Last June, this year, last month, 14,000. Right now, as of the beginning of July, we're at about 15,000, just under, I think 14.9, 14.8. The point being, we're nowhere near a balanced market yet. And we're already in July. This is when things are supposed to slow down, because of the heat, we're outside enjoying the weather. Well, not because of, due to COVID, everything's kind of pushed off. So same amount of listings, new listings coming on the market, same amount of homes sold, but the inventory is down 30%. That's how you explain 12% increase in value. That's what it is. The demand is there, is normal. The supply is very limited. So what I'm seeing, especially on the lower end, when I work with first-time home buyers and such, usually between anywhere from $300,000 up to about $800,000, $900,000. That's a first-time home buyers. That's the general price range. Those prices are moving right. I mean, those homes are moving right along. We're talking about 20, 25 offers on one property. Now, homes, for those of you guys remember, I'm getting more and more into the luxury side of things, which is, it's interesting. There's a lot of interesting business to be had there, interesting information to be given there as well. But the point being, those obviously don't sell as fast. You're going to have 25 offers on a $5 million property. However, that also correlates to that as well. You will see things, certainly places like Summerhill, places like Mount Pleasant, when you have a 1.2, 1.4, $1.5 million home, they sell pretty fast. Some of them sell pretty fast. And if you haven't, then there's often an issue in terms of price or something like that, or condition. So the point being, things are selling very well for a time such as this. Pretty amazing stuff. So I'll show you what's happening in actual market in terms of offers. Again, information you won't find elsewhere. This is offers made from the very beginning of January. And you'll notice, of course, it was high because of the crazy spring market. Dropped way down to the middle of March. You remember why? Daycare, school, almost everything closed. And we had a very rock bottom showing offers everything from middle of March up to about the middle of April, when it started to pick back up again, because that's what naturally happens. And we're getting news about opening up and those kinds of things as well. Now, that takes us right into June. Notice what happened in June, and notice what was happening in March and April. Beginning of March and February. That's what I should have said. Notice there's a similarity. In fact, it's almost busier now than it was then. That's what's happening right now. It's pretty nuts. And I heard a story just recently, I think I mentioned already, that there's possibly they're going down. There's a possibility of maybe prices going down. Possibility of these multiple offer situations going down. Well, not according to the stats yet. And here's the thing. Show you what's happening with offers. This is offers. Same pattern as showings. Showings lead to offers. And, just makes sense. Those two things obviously correlate. One causes the other eventually. So you have this happening in February and March. Very, 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 very busy spring market. And then you have here June. You guys see what I'm talking about? It's so much easier when you actually see the actual numbers. Forget what anybody says. Forget what I think. Here's the actual numbers. So this is what's happening. That's why this is so crazy right now. This is general market trends. And what I'm showing you here is MLS listings. These are solds. The red ones are solds. The purple ones are exclusives, which I have access to. You guys know I have a database of coming soon, pre-construction, gonna be ready later on, hasn't been quite finished, or the pictures aren't done yet, something like that. I have access to those. And sometimes they're on the exclusive inventory for like a long time. And I've been able to get some good deals from my clients then, FYI. So the point being, MLS across the board, this is the last 30 days, consistent. Sales, consistent. Exclusive list, homes hitting the market that are exclusive, not yet MLS, consistent. The point is consistency. Usually, in June, you have that 20,000, around the 20,000 active listings, balanced market. It slows down towards the end of the summer to the bottom of really about the end of August, very, very beginning of September, last week before school. School starts, market starts to pick up. That's the fall market. This summer continues right through. So far, it's been going steadily for obvious reasons. Everyone's been cooped up, pent up demand. They're coming right back into the market, and they're seeing a market that is, well, it's not listing as fast as it should be, or as it should be for the current condition. It's listing as per normal. So that's where right now, and I'll go back real quick to those numbers. So while I'm talking to you guys, I'll have this on here. So guys, here's what I think is going to be happening. You can tell your friends this, and you've seen the numbers. Is, first of all, what's happening next? I'm not quite sure. I think personally that we're going to continue with this fashion. Maybe it's going to hopefully slow down as time goes on for the next 2-3 months at least. I mean, we have to get into the fall market, and the fall market naturally is a pretty busy market. It's the second busiest of the year after the spring market, normally. That's what I'm thinking is going to happen. Am I 100% sure? No. You know why? Because nobody knows. I'll tell you this, and I'm hearing people, the price is going to go down because, people are, unfortunately, it's a horrible thing to think about. People have lost their jobs. Maybe they're going to continue with lost jobs. Unemployment, et cetera, et cetera. Obviously, the government, our money, our tax money took a big hit. The economy took a big hit, for obvious reasons. And so people are thinking, well, eventually that's going to have an after effect, September, October, those kind of things. Here's the thing. How much is that going to affect the market? Well, look at where we're at right now. This story brought up this number. We're at 14,000 versus 20,000 active listings. That's a big number. For the prices to start going down, we need to not only get back to normal first, which means we have to list and list and list in egregious amount of homes, while at the same time buyers got to slow down a little bit. But we have to also do that just to get to normal. We also have to do that in order to get to 24, 25, 26,000 active listings to make it into a buyer's market, which is when the prices go down. Do I see that happening? Not really. I don't see it happening. I don't know how it's going to happen. I mean, you would have to increase the inventory. Almost double, frankly. Not quite double, but almost double what it is now. In the GTA, that's not an easy feat. The point being, I don't see the markets coming. I see the market possibly slowing down. I don't see the market in terms of average price going down. So for those of you who have friends or somebody who's been just waiting, again, I mentioned this, timing market just right, a la Warren Buffett. Listen, guys, it's probably not going to happen. And you won't know anyway. So what I do every month is I do send out these things, and you guys, if you take the time to listen to this video and watch this video, for which I thank you, you'll know what's happening actually in the market. And if you have friends, you could check out the video and go, okay, you know what? Maybe now is the time to actually start thinking of selling, or now is the time to start buying. Right now, it's a hard time for buyers, doable, but more difficult for sellers, particularly great time. And I've been telling a lot of folks about that. But again, if you're selling, you also have to buy. So that's where you contact me and find out what specific areas are doing, and where is it feasible to move now, or is it more feasible to wait a little bit? Regardless, you want to stay updated. You guys know to contact me, and of course, I'll try to do my best to keep you updated with these kinds of things. So don't want to make it too long. Maybe I already did. I apologize. I think it's good information because people keep asking me about it. If people keep asking me about it, maybe it's good that I send out and get the info out. So, guys, if you have any questions, contact me. Check out the rest of the stuff in my new little newsletter. Hopefully, it's not bugging you at all. It's once a month, and good information. If you guys need anything, as always, this, COVID or otherwise, if you guys need, you can chat, whatever. I get that once in a while, which is very, very touching, actually. Someone calls me and they just want to chat about something. Give me a shout. And of course, anything real estate related, any questions, whatever. My time is your time. Call me and we'll find, I'll get you to whatever information you guys need. Okay. Take care of yourselves and I will see you in August. Hopefully the same kind of hot weather. I like it. If you don't, I